Oh, good morning, party people. I've been awake a long time. It's not really, doesn't feel like morning to me. It's 11:20, I think. It's 11:30. Am I the only one who thinks that daylight savings time is some baby back bullshit? Fuck, man. I bitch about it every year. I know, man. I know. But I'm fucking sick of it. I wake up this morning, like every other morning, about the same time when I have to pee or whatever, I think. And I'm like, man, I gotta pee. And I'm like, I get up and I lay back in bed and I'm at the point where I can't sleep anymore. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'll get up. I get up, I go about my business. I look at the clock in the kitchen, which we have a big fucking clock. It's like 3 foot around in the kitchen. I'm excited about the clock actually. But we have this big fucking clock in the kitchen and it says 6:30. And I'm like, oh, sweet, it's 6:30 anyway. Sun's gonna be coming out. It's gonna be fine. Like, I'm not up super early. I'm not wearing my watch at the time. And I fucking put on my watch and I get on the internet. Wife's still sleeping, so I don't want to make coffee yet because I wanted the coffee to stay hot longer. And I turn on my computer, and my computer says 5:30. Well, the sun starts to come up, man. My clock's all fucked up. I'm late enough to begin with, man. I don't think I thought that they talked about last year daylight savings time going the fuck away because I can't stand daylight savings time. It's pointless. We're not farmers anymore, most of us, except for Bill Gates and them. Uh, why are we still doing this shit? I'm already late for everything. I'm going to be even more late for everything. I keep looking at the clock and doubting myself. I've gone around and changed every clock but the one behind me above my head. In real lifetime, it's 12:30. In daylight savings time, it's 11:30. Fall back, spring forward. Which one do we do first? Which was the first one that we did? Do we fall back or spring forward first? Someone tell me that shit. Anyway, I hate daylight savings time. I just thought I'd come on here to tell you that. My driveway is done. I know you guys are sick of hearing about my driveway. I'm not sick of it. I love my driveway. I love pulling into it. I love pulling out of it. I love parking on it. I love turning around on it. I love doing all the driveway things on it. But the neighbors have noticed that it's done. And the neighbor called me a couple minutes ago and said that they're going to plant some trees in the hole as soon as possible. Yeah, well, that's their right, I guess. I didn't mean to get off on the wrong foot with them, but that's where we're at on that. So no back entrance for the Schmittler compound for now. I do have the wife picking up a thank you card. I'm going to stick it in the neighbor's mailbox and tell them thank you for letting me use the driveway while I was getting my driveway poured because, So the daylight savings time's got me. It's been I'm just like, feel blah. Yeah, it's beautiful outside. It's 65. It got kind of cold last night. But am I the only one who feels blah from this daylight savings time shit? And my neighbors closing the hole. I wish she'd Google me, man. I'm a good neighbor. I'd love to have a neighbor like me. And if I did have a neighbor like me, I'd let them use the back driveway as long as they weren't an asshole and didn't tear it up. Am I doing voting stuff tomorrow? Yeah, I'm going to cover the voting stuff tomorrow, man. I'm just not looking forward to it. I'm just going to cover why you should vote no on legal Mo Amendment 3. Gone. Throw it out the window, man. It's not the deal we need. I'm going to explain in depth. I only really want to do it once. I'm hoping that it's something that spreads Monday and we could be active about voting on Tuesday, fresh in your minds. You won't forget. You won't just be like, legal weed, sign a piece of paper and saying, yes, that's what I want. And then we amend our constitution. We don't need a constitutional amendment to make marijuana recreational in Missouri, folks. That's just the number one reason why you should vote no. Okay, we're going to get recreational marijuana. Be patient. We've not had it for this long. Let's not take a bad deal. Let's stop kissing the ring and taking their scraps. Let's demand better. and let's do it together because it's a bad deal. We're getting bad deals all the way around, but people don't vote intelligently enough, man. Yeah, Stan, good fences make good neighbors. I mean, I guess you're right. I, you know, I'd like to have a gate though, to where I could use the back driveway to where it was like less dangerous for me to pull my campers out, to where it was less dangerous for me to, just navigate my family. If we're making a left, maybe we want to go out the back entrance, make a left safely. Because making a left out of here in front of my house it's dangerous, man. You know what makes good neighbors? Being a good neighbor. I encroached on their property. They're pissed off. Okay. The in-laws are the ones that don't like me. I mean, it's a lot to the story. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I mean, I am a little irritated because I feel like I would let them use it, but I understand. I get it. Land's important to you. Your boundaries are your boundaries. I'm still going to be a good neighbor, though. I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm not going to be bitter, a jerk to them when they drive by. I'm going to wave to them. I want to make a relationship with my neighbors. I don't want to be their friends. I don't want to hang out with them on Tuesday afternoon and play pinochle or any of that shit, but I certainly wouldn't mind having a neighbor that would look out for each other. I look out for them. I mean, kind of guarding their property, since they have to go down like 600 feet down the side of my property and doing, like to get to theirs, basically I'm like the guardian of the entryway. But I'm not going to be a jerk because I'm going to try to put my best foot forward, man. Sometimes you got to do that shit even if you don't want to. I mean, you got to live next to him. I'm not moving. You know what I mean? I'm not going anywhere. I'll figure out another way to get a back entrance. Might not be as common sense or as attractive as the current one is now, but it'll be there. They may not like it, but it'll be there. So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are having a good day, man. Everybody, I hope it's a drama-free day. But I hope it's a productive day for you. I'm going to go around out back and mess with my campers, perhaps jumpstart the Camaro and get it back out from back there while I have an easy access and removal point. I'm not worried about, I don't know, just my random thoughts. Thanks for tuning into them. Yeah. Just thinking about the neighbor thing, the owner informed me that the current neighbor who's a renter, which just blows my mind, she used to work for the police, and apparently she got a grim idea of me, I guess by the looks of me, my tattoos or something, I'm guessing. I mean, why else would you have a bad opinion of me? I mean, I cut a hole through the woods like Bigfoot, but what else have I done? I haven't stolen anything or shitted up the area. I did have a pile of trash back there to where they could kind of probably see it during the fall, like all the shit that my asshole friends left me. Furniture wise, whenever I let them use my space, that seems to be like a recurring issue. If the current answer for all my future friends, and just as a piece of advice to anyone who might be out there watching, if unless you have ample amounts of space and people ask to store some shit at your house or something like that, just say no, man. It'll just make life so much easier. I mean, I like to do things for people, but that shit is backfired on me every goddamn time that I've done it. I've got furniture now in my fucking way. And, I don't like to publicly fucking shame the person, but motherfuck, dude. I'd love to have my working space back. I mean, so like, I get it. I don't know. You think my hat was offensive? They're like, oh, look at this guy in his fucking fancy hats. Fuck this guy. Yeah, that's probably it, Jerry. He got me on it's the fancy hats. They buy. I bought these. I don't know. These hats are. I've always worn these hats. This isn't like a trendy thing either. Been getting my balls busted about it a little bit, but so with the neighbor, I'm just going to try to be what I would like them to be. So I'm going to be friendly, and I'm going to be alert. That's it. I don't want to be up in their business. I don't want to know what they got going on, but I don't want their shit getting stolen, and I don't want this crazy wood twacker to they don't want this crazy wood twacker fucking with their shit, because that guy's walking around out here. They thought I was a detective. Sherlock Holmes. I have a pipe. It's way over. It's elementary, my dear Watson. Do you like Twitter now? Under control of Elon. I'm loving it. I don't tweet, but he's hilarious. I got to be honest. I haven't. I went to Twitter and I looked around. It was like sounds like a place you go visit. I went in Twitter. I looked around. Didn't see anything that interests me. Got the fuck out of there. I did see some people crying about the like. There's all guys. You know what's fucked up, man, is there's always extremists to everything, right? And there's people out there. There's like 6 people out there that think that Elon's going to ruin the world in democracy by letting everybody have a say, right? But there's not very many. You know what I mean? Like in the big scheme of things, you know? Now that wasn't Kool-Aid, that was pineapple cranberry juice, which sounds terrible, but at any rate. No, Twitter. Yeah, no, I haven't been paying any attention to Twitter. I mean, I hear that they're not kicking you out for saying shit, you know? I'll just take your word for it. I mean, I'm the same. I hear both sides and decide for myself. I hear both sides, and the whole time I'm going, "Wow, this is a total bullshit." That's usually my stance on it. And like let me give you my spin on Elon since you brought him up. Like we're acting like Elon is like the cavalier of free speech right now, right? The leader of free speech, but we got to be a little bit mindful of Mr. Elon Musk. Let's not forget that this is the guy who's designing chips to stick in your fucking brain that he says will make you the smartest person in the world. You think they're going to make everybody the smartest fucking person in the world? You know, like the reason why I bring this up is because Elon can now control the vernacular and the agenda about AI, about chips, about I forgot what the fucking brain chip thingy is called. Neuralink. About the Neuralink chip that he's working on fervently. Okay. So like, you imagine guys like Bezos, he bought the Washington Post and he buys up a bunch of other publications. Why does he buy these things? Well, to control what's said about them, of course, and to control what's said about their businesses, of course, to control what's said about their investments, of course. So when you have the richest person in the world who is, arguably doing some of the most cutting edge shit out there with satellites and technology and tunnels and EV and dude, come on. Now, this guy says under the guise of, hey, I'm going to let everybody say what they want, gets to now control the vernacular and the bots, as he said it, to talk good about AI and Neuralink. And then let's not forget that, man, this thing is a mind control device. People laugh at that shit, but it's not. You couple this, like, you go under like hypnotic, the same brain frequencies. Like you go under hypnosis like brain frequencies when you stare at YouTube shorts, TikTok videos, things like that, like the brain womb. Now, we know that if we wanted to, we could insert imagery, audio, frequencies, all kinds of neat shit in there that you might not even consciously pick up, right? Like millisecond images, shit. Like, I know that shit sounds crazy, but look up and read about MK Ultra. I mean, someone's going to yell conspiracy theorist, but honestly, you need to limit the amount that you spend, the amount of time you spend on these electronics, man. You need to get outside and do some shit, get some sun on your skin, get your feet in the dirt, and fucking enjoy some time away from the tech, man, because this shit will definitely mold your thoughts, as crazy as that shit sounds. Oh, that's Brock. He's crazy. So anyway, I was just bored. I was bored, and I was here, and my wife ran to Save-A-Lot or Dollar General for some barley. I was like, what the fuck? In my whole life, I've never purchased barley. Have you? I mean, beer. I guess I've bought beer mixes before. Barley. My wife's out buying barley right now. I feel like old timers. I'll be like, oh, we're gonna go grind some barley. Like, she's gonna make some kind of soup out of barley. What the fuck is barley? It's like a grain, right? Like, she's going to buy it. I'm like, do they sell that at the store? Fucking barley? I feel like a dipshit because I don't know anything about barley. Do you know anything about barley? I don't know. Getting some grape nuts. Grape nuts, I don't know, man. I'm still mixed on the grape nuts. They're terrible. And the boxes are so small, you just get ripped. And honestly, if you pour a big bowl of grape nuts, you're never going to finish that shit. Your jaw's going to be sore. I don't think of Musk and Bezos equally. Bezos is just about money. Musk is a world changer. Well, Stanley, Musk is also about the money. I mean, that's how isn't he the richest guy in the world right now? Like, isn't that him? And not after the Twitter thing. I think he dropped down a little bit because he took some monies on the Twitters, but he'll be back up there. I know the Twitter stock is dropping or shit. Like, I don't even know. Who cares? I'm not going to try to act like I know anything about fucking Twitter. Okay. Because I just don't think that Elon Musk is the good guy either. I think that we need to be remembering that. Like, Jeff Bezos doesn't want to put a microchip in my brain. You know? I think my mom used to add barley to vegetable soup. That's probably what my wife's doing. She made a bunch of vegetable stock over the last couple days. So she's probably doing that, Stanley, but I have no fucking idea what you do with barley. And how much barley do you have to buy at once? Like, it feels to me like she's gonna come back with like a bag of fucking grain from the feed store. Hey, I got the barley. Like, okay, now what? We gonna make some fucking beer, some bread. The fuck else do you do with barley? What a weird name to name some shit. Barley. I feel for him, down to his last 1,000 million. Yeah, bummer. I mean, the guy really wanted to do some groundbreaking shit. He'd be, like, I don't know. There's, I know people have said, cure world hunger. And he's like, show me how. And they're like, capitalism doesn't like that idea, really. And most people like capitalism. I'm not saying I do or don't. I'm just saying most people really fervently defend capitalism. There's things I like about capitalism. I like the idea of capitalism, but what we're experiencing now, is it really capitalism? Capitalism has free and open markets. Do you have free and open markets? No. You're regulated to death, and that's how they pick the winners and losers of these enterprises, because the already established victors can afford the regulation and the cost assimilated with that higher demand for excellence, which isn't even a demand for excellence because the regulation doesn't work. They just pay the fine. We don't have that. We're not really experiencing capitalism. We may have been 50 years ago. We are no longer experiencing we are totally experiencing corporatism. I don't know if that's a word or a real thing, but I just thought of that. Maybe someone's probably said it before, but it feels like corporatism. The corporations are running our country. It's not a doubt anymore. And Twitter is a corporation. Tesla is a corporation. Musk himself is pretty much a fucking corporation. Do you trust corporations? I don't. They hardly ever have our best interest in mind. And then, because their bottom line is always profit and always money. So, like, while Elon Musk is doing cutting edge shit, and I won't disagree with you, I just don't think he has the greater good as in mind as we think he does. Crony capitalism ruined everything the way we knew it. Yeah. Whatever we call it, it's out of control. Cause try to, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, man. If you violate another, corporate giant out there and you start to take money out of their pocket, they will find a way to purchase your business, to steamroll your business, or to shut your business down. The look at the number of small businesses that were closed over COVID. The government and corporations who made these decisions, basically, and we can't deny it. Have opinions about anything else, but corporations made these decisions for us because we already understand that corporations run the government and they do it through lobbying. I hate to even get on these horses all the time, man, but I think it's something we all should always talk about, because I just want people to understand and accept that this Republican and Democrat thing it's a joke. It's theater. It's just something to keep you from liking me, and likewise. That's it. It's a division tactic, man. These people play the same games. They have the same sponsors, and by sponsors, I mean the corporations that lobby for them. It's not hard to track down. You can go look at all their monies and their sources of income, and they're almost all shady. I mean, how do you become a politician and have a higher net worth when you're done than you do before you started? And you don't make shit to be a politician. 70 grand a year, like low level state rep, 70. I mean, don't get me wrong. 70 grand is a lot of fucking money. That's after per diems, hotels. That's them paying for all your, stays, rent, whatever. And you get all that shit taken care of. And then you get fucking long-term health care. We're getting fucked by these guys. I mean, and we keep rooting for them, fighting with each other about them, and the shit makes no sense to me. I can't I can't do it. I can't have political conversations anymore because I feel like we're just talking about our favorite wrestlers. I feel like we're like, yo, did you see Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant? You know, like, you get what I'm saying. I don't know who any of the new wrestlers are. I ain't watched wrestling since like 1991 probably, but I'm just saying it's the equivalent. I can't feel passionately about Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant. I'm not 11 anymore, you know? I know there are wrestling fans out there and I might be pissing you off, and I'm sorry. You can be a fan of whatever you want. I'm not a fan of theatrics. It's fine. There's athleticism. I'm not going to make it someone's like, "Ooh, brother, you're talking bad about the wrestling." Oh, I'm sorry. It's just the best. I mean, like, you know that politics and wrestling are close because it's a fucking show. That's the point. So, you know, it's like a scripted lightsaber fight. That's no fun. I mean, it's fun to watch, sort of. But after a while, you just want some real lightsaber fights. You know what I'm saying? I want some real action done within my government. And I want them to, by action, I mean, I want less laws. I want the basic laws, and then I want them to piss off out of our lives. We're being taxed to death, fucked over, held against our fucking will, restrained, coerced, pushed around. I went grocery shopping yesterday. It was $400 fucking dollars. $400, and we didn't buy a month's worth of shit. We bought a week's worth of shit. It was it was the first time that inflation really hit the fucking grocery cart for me, because we usually shop in smaller segments. And, you know, you go in a grocery store, most of the time you spend $200, no matter what you do. Man, yesterday was $400, and we literally just bought a fucking 2/3 of a cart full of groceries, produce and shit. We did up we bought paper towels, toilet paper. We do that shit in bulk, so we don't got to buy it very often. But punch me right in the fucking nuts, man. And, we could argue about who inflation's on, but I want to remind you again, before you go voting in the midterms, it isn't a Republican or a Democrat thing. Donald Trump, a Republican, the Republican Party, all of them voted for all of these COVID relief stimulus fucking bills that are what we're suffering the inflation from. Okay. It's inflation through devaluation. You can't print money out of thin air with no backing or no new goods or anything behind it, because then that money's worthless. And then you add it to the already worthless money pile, and now our worthless money is worth even less. I don't go to Deerbergs. I don't want to support Walmart, but I find myself there, not because there's limited options out here too. We got Walmart, Schnucks. There's a Save a Lot in Aldi's. I guess there's not very limited options. We do Schnucks, Walmart for most of the time. It's everybody sends billions across the water though, Brian. I mean, when we look at that first COVID stimulus bill that had Donald Trump's name on the checks that we got, $600 a person. Some of you didn't get it. That was a Republican and Democrat supported bill. They just wanted to trim a little fat off of it. Remember? There's too much. Well, they only trimmed a little. And in the big scheme of things, if we're talking about 10 parts, we got 1 part and the rest of the world got 9 parts. We got fucked, and now our money's worthless. Now it takes $400 to buy a family of 4 food for a week, which, I mean, as you say it like that, holy fuck, man, that's $1,600 a month. And that wasn't us buying a bunch of shit. We didn't buy no fucking snacks. Like, we didn't buy any bullshit. We bought shit for meals, and we try to eat healthy. I know I'm not the fucking spitting image of health here, but I swear to God, we try to eat, we eat decent, cheap food. We're not eating T-bones. We buy our meat all bulk. We buy our cow half at a time, our pig half at a time. Like, we're frugal in our grocery shopping, man. It was $400. Paper towels and toilet paper shouldn't have raised the price that much. So, I hope everybody's doing okay out here. I got a feeling this Christmas is going to be rough for a lot of parents, do your best, man. Remember not to overbuy. And, speaking of that, Christmas is coming up. What the fuck do you buy kids anymore? Does anybody's kids play with toys? Like, I mean, it feels like you buy these things and they just fucking sit there while they watch YouTube, like a YouTube video about the toy, maybe even. So, like, what do we buy? We, like, every year expected to buy them something, and then like, fucking tech ain't cheap. Fuck. One steak, $24? Bro, that's crazy. Have you seen the price of crab legs? Crab legs gone. Like, I hope you got your fill on crab legs. I used to bitch about paying like $13 a pound for those motherfuckers. Now they're $70 a pound. And that's no bullshit, man. The crabs have disappeared. Where the fuck are the crabs? I don't know. Did they go extinct? No. I think they might have moved. Geomagnetic excursion. Look that shit up. The polar fucking the points are they're moving. Hey. Who's this? Hey Ray, can I call you back in just like 2 minutes? Yes, sir. Okay. 25 chicken. How much are chicken gizzards? Start harvesting that deer herd in my backyard. No, that's what I'm growing it for, bud. I'm growing that deer herd back there so that I can fucking eat when the beef's too goddamn expensive. And I hope you had good luck out there today, Jeff. I saw you saw a doe. I don't know if you took it, but I saw your video. Hope you're doing all right. $3.99 a pound for fucking chicken gizzards. Remember we used to give that shit away? Kids want Nintendo Switches. Our kid already has a Nintendo Switch, so now what do we do? You know, I'm just saying, like, for a lot of people with, like, I mean, what the fuck do you buy these kids anymore? Anyway, back to the real tiny doe, like dog sized. Well, I'm glad you let her go. Let her get another year to grow big. You know, I bet you were waiting for a buck to come behind her though, because usually that's how it goes, right? The bucks are looking for them does, kind of rapey this time of year. So, you know, that's the only thing that keeps them coming out. That's why hunting's good this time of year. Because if you shot them any other time of year, all the deer would just lay down and be like, fuck this. But them boners get them bucks going, boy. They're like, woo, I gotta get some doe pussy. And then they jump up and they're stupid. That's why they get hit by the. You see the size of the buck? Anybody see that buck on Butler Hill Road? What? Hey, can I see this barley?
Well, that's the bad news.
They don't have barley.
No barley.
Yeah, because you only can get barley at the grain store.
You know what the good news is, though?
What's the good news?
I'm gonna make chicken and dumplings instead.
Oh, chicken and I'm a bigger fan of chicken and dumplings than whatever the fuck it is you were gonna make out of barley. I can tell you that. So it turns out, guys, what's that store called? Save-A-Lot does not have barley. So if you want barley, don't go to Save-A-Lot. Go to the feed store. You got to go to the farm supply store to get fucking barley.
Pearl barley.
What the fuck is pearl barley?
It's been polished. So it no longer has the husk on the outside.
What do you do with this? What were you planning on? Were you going to put it in vegetable soup?
It's a chicken mushroom barley soup.
Chicken mushroom barley?
Yeah.
Where'd you find this hipster ass shit?
Online? Yes.
I don't.
And I was very excited to try it.
Were you? Yeah. Which part sounded the best? Was it the barley?
Yeah, and it's full of veggies and chicken and sounded delicious.
Barley. You know what barley sounds like to me? Beer.
You say so.
That's what they use barley for. What size buck did you see on Butler Hill? Man, that thing was probably at least a 12-pointer. It was a fucking humongous deer. And it was smashed. And on the other side of the median, because I drove in and out, was a doe that had been rolled over. Crushed, bone chips, blood, looked like a murder scene, and just a pelt and a skull on the side of the road, which I almost stopped and grabbed. But then I thought, that thing's probably got oil stains on it. So, nah, no thanks. But, you know, I'm not stopping and grabbing roadkill. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, big-ass buck, though. I've seen some big bucks, man. They're out there. I got some big bucks out here. You bow? I thought about letting a couple people bow hunt, but I like the deer, man. Yeah, it was a nice rack. A friend of mine wanted to stop and grab it, and he was there when the cops had slowed traffic to pick the deer up off the road with animal control, and he asked for the antlers, and they said, my dad's getting those. So somebody cut the antlers off that deer for sure, because it was a nice-ass rack. But, yeah, that's the news for me, I guess. I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to go outside. I've been using rub compound and fucking buffing the shit out of my fiberglass camper because it had not been treated or worked on since 1973 when it was made. And now it's shiny as fuck. It's almost done. I got to keep on it for the season. It gets too cold. And there's snow in the forecast for next week. That's no bullshit either. Go look that shit up. Snow in the forecast. I'll show you if you want. Let's go. Here we go. Here. Go here. Here. You know. Forecast. Check this shit out. What the fuck is that? Oh, look, they changed it. It says rain now. Well, they were last night when I looked at that shit, it said snow. So that has changed, but you know, what the fuck did I just do? Where'd that go? What? Oh no. There we go. All right. Boom. I'm still no good at that shit. Got to replace the floor around the toilet in the kid's bathroom. That sucks. That's going to be pissy. Anyway. Whack. So I'm going to go outside and work on my camper. I got some new lights. I may just take an impromptu day or two trip here in the near future. And just get out of here, clear my mind for a couple days, man. Got a lot of shit kind of eating at me, you know, sort of running in the background, one of the background processes. So, hello. I am. Okay. Awesome, man. Exciting. All right, see you soon. Bye. That is my daughter's boyfriend. He's going to come by and see the new driveway. So, I guess with that, I'm going to get off here, man. I'm going to go outside, fuck around in my camper. I challenge you to get your ass outside and go do something productive or something you like. If you're out there having a hard day, man, find some joy in today. You woke up, you're alive. You know, you get a chance to, I don't know, breathe, enjoy the world, do some shit, man. Do something you like. Move around a little bit. Do some jumping jacks. Every time you do an exercise, you extend your life a little bit. Or maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to sit there. But whatever you do whatever you want, man, okay? Just don't fuck with anybody else. How about that? So, have a great day, boys and girls. Goodbye.